Hello and welcome to my review of the Sony FDR AX33 consumer level 4K camcorder, and here it is. It's a very nice piece of kit. It's classed as a consumer level camcorder, but the results I've been getting from it are very much professional level. It shoots in 4K, which is and HD. I've not used the HD because I haven't seen the need of it. I shoot everything I do is in 4K, and it produces some really nice images. Certainly images that are comparable to my GH4, my G7 and the professional cameras. One of the reasons I bought it is because of its compact size. I thought it's a go anywhere kind of camcorder. It records in the AVC the XAVCS format, which I'm really pleased with. That's Sony's professional codec, and it records the 4K at 100 megabits a second, which actually is very good. So the detail it captures is extremely good for a camcorder of this size. You have to bear in mind it has got a small sensor, so you won't get the depth of field that you get with a DSLR, but the beauty with that is it is point and shoot pretty much. So you can, the focus, the sharpness is actually very good. The codec is really good. You have to make sure you use the right kind of SD cards with it. It's got a 20.1 megapixel sensor, so you're getting really crisp results because of that. And actually it does take stills. I've taken some stills with it. I wouldn't use it as a stills camera, but mainly because of the form factor. It's a bit of an odd, trying to take stills like that is, a bit cumbersome. It's not really geared for it. But if you need to, the facility is there, and the stills are pretty good. I think the major selling point for this particular camera is the BIOS image stabilization, and it's actually really very clever because it has a floating, the whole lens, you probably can't see it, but the entire lens and sensor is mounted on an assembly within inside the actual camcorder. So even if you're getting a bit of jerk in the actual body of the camcorder, the stabilization inside is mechanical optical, I guess. It's not electronic, and works extremely well. I'm very pleased with it. I actually did some test shots in the car, and you can compare, you'll see the footage, and you can compare the shots taken with a Steadicam facility on and the shots that were taken without the Steadicam, and there is quite a big contrast. The manual functions on it are a bit, I don't know really. It has got manual, but they're a bit fiddly to use, and I found them a bit of a pain, to be honest. The manual control is fine here. I've got this ring, it's got a control ring here which controls one of many functions. You can set it up to control different functions, and I've got it set up at the moment for focus, so I can set it to manual focus. Not what I've had the need to as yet, but I'm sure that will come. So you hold it in for X number of seconds, and there you get the different, you probably can't see it, but you've got the different things. You can set it to iris, to exposure, to shutter speed, and there are a number of reviewers that said it is a bit odd, because when you set it to exposure, you don't know if that's adjusting. It's really odd, so you don't know what it's adjusting. Is it the shutter speed? Is it a combination of shutter speed and iris? Or is it a combination of digital gain, shutter speed and iris? So I've set it to manual shutter speed, so I've got 1/50th of a second, and let the camera work out the rest of it. And I found when I edit it, it's absolutely fine. But I say the beauty of it is the 4K recording and the image stabilization. I've also got the Panasonic VX870, which is kind of the competitor to this particular one, and this is what I'm filming this review on now, is with my Panasonic, and that is a great little camera. That's very much again a kind of point and shoot camera, and I really do enjoy using that camera. But this I enjoy. The other thing actually with this one, it's heavier. It's actually really quite bulky. and it's not bulky, quite heavy. Kind of surprised me. The Panasonic is very light, it's very plasticky and very light, but this one's quite chunky and quite heavy, but it's got a really good, because of it, it's got a really good quality feel to it. You can actually feel the image stabilization block inside. When you carry this around, you think, what's that shaking around inside? It's rattling inside. It's actually the image stabilization block inside that moves. And yeah, a great little camera. I would imagine the results compared this with the Panasonic are very comparable, and we'll have a look at that. I like this camera. One thing I do like that I haven't seen any mention of in any of the reviews I've read is the audio, and it's got manual audio facilities on here, which is absolutely essential if you're recording audio. It's got a mic input jack on the side here. It's also got a headphone jack on the side, so that's absolutely fantastic. And it does have a conventional, that's a bit flappy as well, that's going to get broken, that's for sure, but you can put on any of these microphones, just slip onto the hot shoe, plug it straight in. I always recommend Rode mics. They are absolutely, they're super little mics. I've got this one, which is the Rode Go mic Go, whatever it's called. What's it called? Video Micro. And this is great. It doesn't need a battery. It takes the power. I don't know how it does it, but it takes the power from the actual camcorder. Comes with the windjammer. Plug that in, and away you go. And you get really nice sound from it. And a really compact size. I've used this with me radio mics, no problem at all, with me Sony and with me cheap Chinese radio mic, actually, which is pretty good, in all fairness. Quite like it. And it works well, and it's got your manual audio levels do show up on the actual monitor, and you can set that to whatever level you want. I've got you can preset some of your function buttons. It hasn't got function buttons per se on the actual body of the camera, which is a shame, but it's got quick function dials here, so it's fairly quick to get to the audio levels. Click on that, and then you can adjust the audio levels up and down and so forth, and you can set it to auto. I've got mine set to manual, as you can see there. Hopefully you can see, you might not be able to see, and then the levels come up on your display, so you're not working blind, and the headphone jack helps as well. It's got a filter ring on the front, so you can put filters on the front of the camera. Even though it is a consumer level camcorder, you can put filters on the front. I've actually got my Codec adapter. I normally leave this on, so that just screws on like so. So you've got your Codec in there, but what I put this on for isn't necessarily filters, although ND filters I will use, because it hasn't got built-in ND filters. And then I've got myself a nice little lens hood. Well, it clips on. Oh, it says it clips on. It will clip on. Like so. Go on. Like so. That's it. And there we have a nice, sort of makes it look, A, it helps with the lens hood, and B, it just looks a little bit more professional. And once you've got your mic on top, you've got a nice little setup, which will produce really nice quality 4K footage. The XAVCS codec is really smooth and really good for editing. I use Final Cut Pro 10 for all my editing. I've been using Final Cut Pro 10 for quite a long time now, and the material that comes out of this goes straight into Final Cut Pro 10, and you can work with it straight away. There's no mucking around, there's no waiting for it to render it, and because it's 100 megabits a second, you get nice clean images. Yeah, really pleased with this little camera. I can see I'm going to be using this quite a bit. It takes standard SD cards, which just slot in the side here. But if you want to shoot 4K with it, you do need the higher quality SD cards. Or not higher quality, the faster SD cards. I've got a Lexar one in there at the moment. Just like that stage. It's got no built-in memory to record to, so you are reliant on the SD card that goes into that. Thanks for watching this review. I hope you do find my reviews of interest. Hit the like button, and I do like you to subscribe if you do enjoy these reviews, and look forward to meeting you on the next review that I do. Thanks very much indeed for watching.